Hey everybody, how are you today? A long time no Wi-Fi battle. I've been really busy with a lot of other things on my YouTube channel, just trying to figure out what I want to do really. But either who, here's a Wi-Fi battle that I had with Rem that was pre-bank, but I mean it was a pretty good battle, so I decided to upload it anyway. So Rem decides to switch out, or lead out with Magnezone as I lead out with my Smeargle and go for the safe Spore play, put that Magnezone to sleep. So now that Magnezone is put to sleep, I decide to go for my Sticky Web as Ninetales comes out, sets up that nice Hail. So Hail Mary, however I do set up my Sticky Web, which is really awesome since Rem doesn't actually have a Rapid Spinner from as far as I know. So I decide to switch out into my Doggy, get that nice Intimidate off, which I mean really matters, right? So that Ninetales goes for a Moonblast. That's actually a decent chunk, and it, by the looks of it, looks like a 3-hit KO. However, knowing that Ninetales would switch out and won't take a Fire-type move, I decide to, as this Toxapex loses some speed, which also really matters, I decide to go for the Will-O-Wisp and burn this guy to a crisp. Not really, that burn doesn't really matter all that much, but I mean, it wasn't that bad of a play since I didn't want to switch out into my Raichu quite yet, knowing that it could be rather risky. So now I decide to switch into my Erdogan here as this Toxapex goes for a Scald and burns me. So that burn doesn't actually matter all that much since I'm able to outspeed and will actually go for the Stealth Rocks, which is really important since it limits the amount of switching that Rem can do, and that Dragonite can't really use its ability, which makes it so he can tank one hit, and yeah, I mean, that's awesome for me. So that's one less Pokemon that I kind of have to worry about, and now I safely switch into my Web Surfer here, knowing that this Toxapex would switch out as well. I could get a free hit on whatever the heck Rem sends out. So Magnezone comes out as I go for a Psychic, do a decent chunk of damage, pop its Balloon, which doesn't matter, and now I make a switch into my Alolan Muck, hoping that, or you know, thinking that this Magnezone might wake up and do some damage to my Alolan Raichu, which I do want to keep healthy, since that is my win condition and the only way I can get rid of this Toxapex really. So this Magnezone goes for a Thunderbolt, and I am Assault Vest that I take that rather nicely, and I'm able to finish it off with a Fire Blast. Now why I didn't go for a Fire Blast before my knockoff, I'm not exactly sure, but it doesn't matter too much. So this Dragonite goes for a Dragon Dance here. That's looking kind of scary. However, like I said before, its health isn't exactly all there, and I do remove the weakness policy with the knockoff. So I mean, that's good. I'm able to switch out into one of my Pokemon here that is able to take it out, and that is my Bun Bun. Muck dies to Earthquake, which sucks, but he did his job. So Bun Bun takes that Earthquake. Luckily it wasn't a crit, and I am able to live it, and am able to take out this Dragonite with a Play Rough. So that's awesome. The Dragonite goes down. Now Ninetales comes out, however, and really not wanting to switch anything into this Ninetales, as the Ninetales sets up its Snow Warning, limiting the amount of times I can actually switch in my Arcanine too, since I do have Morning Sun. The Ninetales is able to take out my Bun Bun, which really sucks. But anywho, my Doggy comes out, gets that nice Intimidate off, because that matters once more, as Ninetales moves out and Toxapex comes in. So Toxapex catches that nice Sticky Web as I go for this. As I was saying, I go for the Morning Sun, which restored a shit ton of health, and using Morning Sun in the Hail is a great move, Danny. I'm a dumbass, but I go for the Morning Sun, recover a little bit of health, and am going to switch out into my Web Surfer again once more, as the Toxapex goes for the Toxic, which, I mean, I'd rather take a Toxic than a Scald, so that's not too bad, and you know, my Web Surfer isn't actually going to be on the field all that much anyway, so I'm not going to take all that much poison damage, since I'm, you know, it's probably like 1-2 turns till I switch out. So either who, now knowing that this Toxapex won't stay in, I can safely go for my Psychic here. Not my Thunderbolt, since that Garchomp is in there, but a nice Psychic. So that Psychic comes out, does a shit ton to the Salazzle, and the Salazzle goes down. Really can't take that hit anywho, since it's poison, and that definitely does not resist a Psychic type move. So Garchomp comes out, catches that sticky web here, and I could do a decent chunk with my Psychic here. However, I really did not want to risk losing my Alolan Raichu, since that Garchomp could have definitely taken it out with that Earthquake. So Earthquake comes out, my Tapu Bulu tanking that up in here. That was a crit, that did like nothing. So both of us just kind of sitting here recovering a bit of health, which is nice, but I am afraid of this Garchomp, since most Garchomps do carry that Iron Head or that Fire Fang Z Crystal move. However, I didn't have many switch-ins for that, so I just decided to stay in and go for that Horn Leech and maybe do some kind of damage if I do survive, as Toxapex comes out, and it does a decent chunk to that Toxapex, and by the looks of it I thought, hey, you know, I could probably take out this Toxapex with a Wood Hammers here. So that Wood Hammer is on my mind. I'm about to use it. This Toxapex looking kind of low. It's about half health, so I was feeling confident on that Grassy Surge with that Grass type move. You know, thought it would take it out, but that Toxapex decides to live. I take that Rocky Helmet damage, and Toxapex goes for the recover. So fuck me. Would have been nice to take that out, but I mean, whatever. So as we restore a bit more of our health, and this battle gets kind of annoying. I mean, I really hate the fact that it does all the animations for the health restoring and whatnot. It really drags on the Wi-Fi battle, but what can you do? So I decide to switch out into my Web Surfer once more, as the Toxapex goes for the recover, as I predicted, and as Toxapex recovers some health, knowing that this Toxapex would probably not stay in, and I mean, I definitely wouldn't if I was in Rem's place. I would definitely switch the hell out. I can safely go for one of my moves and do a decent chunk of damage to whatever comes out. So Ninetales comes out, it gets caught in a sticky web, and is able to, loses actually quite a bit of health due to Stealth Rocks, and is able to start it off its Snow Warning. However, I do go for that Psychic, and I'm able to take it out, no problem. So I get Hail Married here, recover a bit of health from the field. However, that poison does take a toll on me. So now I'm about half health. Garchomp comes out, and I mean, I am really afraid of this Garchomp. So not wanting to lose my Web Surfer here because Toxapex is still in the back, I switch into my Doggy, get that nice Intimidate off, and however, this Garchomp goes for the Rock Slide and misses, and doesn't go for the Earthquake after for some reason. And I mean, for some reason I also decide to just use my Arcanine as Death Water, so I'm not exactly sure what either one of us was doing in those plays. I was just mashing buttons, you know. That's what I do when I panic. It's like playing Ranger in League of Legends, but anyway, Toxapex comes out, and I did try burning it since I wanted to burn that Garchomp, but that was close, but no cigar, since I lit up that cigar earlier. I did burn that Toxapex, which doesn't really matter all that much. Either who, I need a safe switch in right now, so my Arcanine really needs to go. I'll put some sad melodies to remember my friend.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows?
Finally, my Arcanine goes down to the burn, which is exactly kind of what I wanted it to do quite some time ago. Maybe I shouldn't have burned up, but whatever. So this Toxapex luckily did not recover, and I'm able to switch into my Tapu Bulu here, set up that nice grassy terrain, and I'm able to go for that nice Wood Hammer and fuck up this prickly asshole with a nice critical hit, which mind you does not matter. So now that Toxapex is out, there's only one Pokemon left that I have to worry about, which is the Garchomp, and that's a big threat, so I'm really hoping it doesn't have the Iron Head or the Z Crystal Fire Fang. So this Garchomp comes out, loses a bit of health, loses a bit of its speed, and goes for the Rock Slide. So by the looks of it, it doesn't actually have Iron Head or the Fire Fang. So I go for the nice Wood Hammer here, almost able to take it out, but not quite. But luckily I do have my Alolan Raichu in the back, who's been putting in work the whole battle. So I do send this guy out, go for the Psychic, and I'm able to finish off the battle. So that was a really close battle. Thank you, Rem. And and thank you guys for watching. So peace out.